Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, it's another absolutely gorgeous morning out. The sun hasn't fully risen just yet, and we might be able to get a really nice sunrise on camera. Or we might not, because it is supposed to rain later and we've got a lot of cloud cover. We'll have to wait and see on that one. So come along with me on my morning walk and let's talk some news. So first up on the docket, we're talking about emulation front-end Launchbox. And for those who may be unaware of what an emulation front-end is, it's basically designed to work with your emulators and organize your ROMs and make everything look really nice and pretty and all in one place and simple and straightforward. Anyways, here, Launchbox on Windows and Android just got brand new updates, and it appears there's going to be a brand new Launchbox celebration. And they say here, exciting live streams, amazing prizes, and much more on our birthday from August 25th to August 31st. So they say right here, join us in celebrating 12 years of Launchbox with big events, mind-blowing giveaways, and a heavy discount on both Launchbox Premium for Windows and Launchbox for Android. And right on their website here, they've got a full schedule of everything that's going down. If you're interested in giveaways, this may be up your alley here. And like everything we're talking about, if you're interested in learning more, links are in the description below right at the bottom. I don't hide my sources. But taking a look at the updates now for Windows and Android, and if you're on Android and a fan of Vita 3K or PS Vita emulation, you'll like this update. And they say here, over on Android, the Vita is back. With full Vita 3K support, you can now import your installed Vita games straight into Launchbox. Point the importer at your Vita 3K folder and boom, they show up ready to play. Add new games later, run the importer again, and they appear like they were there the whole time. And there's also a performance improvement on Android overall for Launchbox. So filters, game views, settings, themes, you name it, everything is faster. Browsing your collection is now smooth enough to make Mode 7 jealous. So there you have it. And for Launchbox for Windows, and we're going to take a quick second here. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there are some really close fluffs. They decided they were curious and wanted to see what was up while I'm recording. I'm going to flip over to my phone camera now so you can see them a little bit better. Now, I don't know about you, but I really enjoy fluff spotting, and I'll put some more fluffs at the end of this video for your enjoyment. But getting back to the task at hand here and talking about Launchbox on Windows, and Big Box got a very interesting new feature, and that's screensavers. So at the time of filming, Launchbox on Windows version 13.23 is the latest update. And they say here, new premium feature, added a new screensavers feature to Big Box, letting users discover games with fully themable views and interact directly with the game shown. On top of that, Launchbox and Big Box now include a brand new FFmpeg-based video playback option, delivering more reliable performance with the old VLC engine now phased out. Launchbox now opens with a brand new welcome wizard that helps users quickly set up their game's preferences and media so they can jump straight into the fun. And a new automation rule for game progress tracking now allows games to be marked as paused if they have not been played in a user-defined number of days. On top of that, because there's a lot more here, there's customizable media settings for automatic imports, and it lets users customize which media files are downloaded during automatic imports. And there's bug fixes and even more stuff. This is a very big update for Windows. And speaking about media and emulation front ends and launchers, next up we're talking about Nostlan, which is another emulator front end. And Nostlan just got a brand new update to version 3.1. They say here, new high-quality image databases for Game Boy Advance N64, NES, PS2, Sega Genesis, and the SNES, sourced from the Cover project. New builds made for Windows ARM64 and Linux ARM64. Added a flip button to flip a game's box so you can see the back cover. Overall for Nostlan, it's making improvements in leaps and bounds here and very quickly, and it's up on itch.io. And continuing to talk about emulation front ends, next up we're talking about Reset Collection. And Reset Collection just got a very big win and a brand new update. So here's the message from Reset Collection's developer. Good news, I was finally able to win my appeal with the Google developer support team. Reset Collection should now work with all Android TV devices. On top of that, the new version of Reset Collection is now available and will allow you to set file access permissions on the system level for Reset Collection. This will allow you to navigate to your ROMs directory, and Reset will be able to read all the ROMs files and scrape and download data and images without having to use the Google File Picker. Next up, we're moving from emulation front ends to emulators and talking about Nintendo 3DS emulation with Azahar, and this is more of just a friendly heads up and very interesting information. Azahar has just reached 2.5 million downloads on desktop and Android combined. To every single user who trusts in our product, thank you. I would say that is a pretty significant milestone for Azahar. And speaking about big announcements, next up we're talking about Noah and the Poohloudies. And if you're a fan of homebrew stuff, you might be a fan of this announcement here. They've got a brand new video on YouTube titled NATP04, N64, PSX, and 3DO. It appears that Noah and the Poohloudies is booting and working on N64, PlayStation 1, and 3DO. Now, for those wondering about what Noah and the Poohloudies is, apparently here you are a robot called Noah and you are tasked with a mission to save several other robots, Poohloudies, from a meteorite that is on a path to destroy their planet. When you encounter and jump on one of these robots, Poohloudies, they will merge with you, granting new abilities. So kind of like a 3D platform with monster hunting. And speaking about games, next up we're talking about a couple of game trailers that you may want to check out if you're interested in these kind of games. For example, one that is, I don't want to say a spiritual successor to something like Star Fox. Influenced by Star Fox, absolutely yes. But it's called Wild Blue. And the extended gameplay trailer I think looks absolutely amazing. On top of that, Onimusha Way of the Sword got a gameplay demo at Gamescom, and I'd recommend checking out that trailer as well. The game looks like it's shaping up really nicely. And Crimson Desert, which has been delayed until approximately Q1 2026, also got a Gamescom demo that looks really good. And speaking about games, next up we're talking about DODI or subscribe to Mr. Sujano. I'm not quite sure on how to pronounce that one. But it's being reported that DODI removes Nintendo games due to their stupid actions. So there's a screenshot I've seen circled around the internet quite a bit. I'll drop a link to the Reddit post in the description below if you wanted to check it out. But I guess here all Nintendo Switch games are removed from DODI Repacks. Due to Nintendo's aggressive actions, all Nintendo Switch games and Nintendo emulated games are removed. And taking a look at the comments, people say we will find them elsewhere. And yeah, any game worth the hassle has been archived at least 17 times already. We good. And speaking about arguably controversial stuff, next up we're talking about Nexusmods. And if you're in the UK, Nexusmods have announced that they're adding age verification. Now, from my understanding, this is required by UK law, so it shouldn't be anything new for people who are in the UK. And I believe this is happening next week. And they will be using KID, which is the same thing that platforms like Discord are going to use. And continuing to talk about Nexusmods and arguably controversial stuff, next up we're talking about Take-Two and Mafia. And it does appear that Take-Two has issued a takedown request for Mafia nude mods. So from my understanding here, Take-Two lawyers have issued a DMCA to take down nude mods for Mafia the Old Country, and the mods pertain to Isabella Torrisi. I'm assuming that by doing this, those mods are going to become much more popular and sought after on other sites and in other areas. They may have gone arguably unnoticed before. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But it doesn't appear that Mafia, or rather Take-Two, want to see that kind of stuff modded into their game. And speaking about stuff modded into games, next up we're talking about AI and Animal Crossing. And I would argue that this is one of the very good uses of AI. Anyways, here someone added modern AI to Animal Crossing. So up on YouTube here, a content creator by the name of Josh with a happy face has a YouTube video titled "How I Added Modern AI to This 24-Year-Old Game." The 24-year-old game in question is Animal Crossing for the GameCube. If you're interested in this one, I'd recommend checking it out, and I'll drop a link in the description below. In my opinion here, if this does become a thing, this could be huge for older games like Animal Crossing and others that rely heavily on dialogue and interactions. I would say that would breathe a lot, and I mean a lot of new life into those older games. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. And speaking about AI and heads-ups, I don't know if this is a friendly heads-up or what. It seems hostile-ish. We're talking about Elon Musk and Macrohard. Yeah, that's the name. So here's the tweet, or X or whatever, from Elon. Join XAI and help build a purely AI software company called Macrohard. It's a tongue-in-cheek name, but the project is very real. In principle, given that software companies like Microsoft do not themselves manufacture any physical hardware, it should be possible to simulate them entirely with AI. Let me know your thoughts about this one in the comments below. Do you think Macrohard has a chance against something like Microsoft? And last up here, we're talking about something that, from my understanding, doesn't have AI in it, but might get confused with having AI in it. And that's a brand new video from RWAN Link, RWAN Link, or something else. I'm not quite sure on how to pronounce this one. Anyways, they are very popular on YouTube. If you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, I do recommend checking it out. They've got a brand new video here titled Zelda Majora's Mask 25th Anniversary X Ghibli, the Carnival of Time. The video is 15 minutes and 37 seconds long, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, if you're a fan of Zelda stuff, if you're a fan of anime stuff, this may be up your alley. I would say overall a lot of effort looks like it went into this, and the end result is nothing short of amazing. Taking a look at the comments here, and this person says, in a world of AI generated content, it's absolutely lovely to see someone pour their heart, soul, and time into something like this. This person says, this was rendered as a film, not as a game. Proceeds to bring me to the lowest point in my life, realizing I will never play a game that looks and moves this beautifully. Kudos to you, man. And this one here, holy shit, this is what Nintendo should be doing instead of a live action. Again, if you're a fan of Zelda stuff, if you're a fan of Majora's Mask, if you're a fan of really cool animation stuff, I'd recommend checking this out. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. Or actually, there were some fluffs in this video. We talked about a bunch today. Feel free to discuss anything we talked about in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.